Welcome back, Questers. I got another D&D adventure to share with you today. This one takes place from my home game, and there are 4 players you need to be aware of. We have Auric, the dwarf fighter. We have Gareth, the human cleric. We have Kana, the Triton druid. And we have Dash, the halfling bard, who is also played by my wife. Everyone is level 1, and this is the last quest that they have at level 1, and then they move up to level 2. So there's nothing from past episodes or sessions that I need to recap to help you understand this story. It can kind of just stand on its own. So let's just jump right into it. It's getting pretty late outside of game, and everyone wants to do one last mission before we go because everyone wants to level up. So I go, all right, let's do it. And the final mission is framed by a shape-shifting monster. Help! I'm being framed for a crime I didn't commit and currently being hunted down to live the rest of my days locked in the dungeons. I'm innocent, I tell you, innocent! Please, come to Galhan and search for the tavern that recently burnt down. There you will meet my associates, and they will bring you to me. Just a little note, Galhan is the main kingdom of this world. So, my players, they get ready, and they head right over to Galhan, and they find the tavern that's been burnt down. It was once called the Soaring Swine. Yes, I am very proud of that name. Thank you for asking. As they look around, they notice that there's an investigation going on, and they look and see that there is someone in charge leading this investigation. This person is called Sergeant Kowalski. He's a gnome detective, all right? And so he looks over and he sees the players, and he looks at them and he says, "Hey, have any of you guys seen this man named Connor?" The players ask why. "This man right here is the one that burnt down the tavern." And I don't know what got to my wife in this session because all of a sudden she takes her character Dash and keeps just asking, "Yeah, what's your proof?" The proof? The proof is that this tavern was holding a talent show and they all saw this man named Kana go on stage and then he used fire magic to burn down the entire tavern. Yeah? What's your proof? The proof is right here. The tavern is in ashes. We're Connor's lawyers and we are here to tell you that he is innocent. Oh, so you're Connor's lawyers? Yes, we are. Well, why don't you go find Connor and tell him to get his butt over here or we're gonna get him by force. Oh yeah? What's your proof? Hey, Billy!
Yeah, boss.
Teach this person a lesson on what we mean by force.
You got it, boss.
And now Auric sees what's about to happen. So Auric stands in front of Dash and is like, "No, sir, to get to him, you gotta get through me." The Goliath then grabs both of them and just throws them like 15 feet. I rolled pretty good. I was pretty happy about that. The Goliath looks back at the other 2 players and says,
"Do you need another demonstration?"
"Nope, we're good. We got it. We're going that way. Okay, thank you." So Kana and Gareth go and find Dash and Auric face down, scratched up after being just yeeted by this Goliath. They look around and they see that there's ants making a circle around them. They're all seeing that, and once the ants realize that the group is looking at them, the ants start leaving the kingdom of Galhan. And so the players begin to follow the ants. And the ants then direct the players to follow them in this like oversized ant hole. And then the ant hole expands where, you know, a regular human person would be able to fit in and go down. And I don't know why, but out of everything that has happened so far, this is the thing that weirded the players out. Why? I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. They thought it was weird. So when the hole opens up, all of a sudden, the players just hear, "Are you the ones who took my quest?" "Yeah? Okay, cool. Please come down here." Okay. So the players go down into the hole, and when they get there, the best way I could describe it is the hole looks like something Bugs Bunny would make for his home. You know, just the dirt walls, maybe a TV or something. I don't know. He's got the one and only TV, I guess. A nice sofa. You know, he's living his best life. They look over, and there's Connor. And Connor's in the corner, just like shaking, okay? So nervous. His voice is cracking. He can't get certain words out. He's just freaking out. Connor finally gets the courage and begins to talk to the players. "Yeah, so someone's pretending to be me, and it's not me. I promise you that. The other me is like being in front of people and doing stuff. I could never do that stuff. It's too much. Too many eyes. I couldn't do it. What's your proof?" And the players did a very good job. They started asking me if this Connor was the doppelganger. And Kana, thank goodness, came to the rescue of this one because she rolled a perception check and was like, "Hey guys, I know this is not the doppelganger Connor. Why? Because he is sweating profusely just talking to us. And then people look at Connor and he's like ready to pass out. So the players are trying to get more of a direction on where to find this doppelganger Connor. And Connor says that he thinks the fake him is going to go to this other tavern that has like a 24/7 talent show going all the time. And so the party's like, all right, we're just going to go that way and we're going to see if we find him. So they all leave and they head to this tavern, which is called Day's End. The party gets there, and they do find a talent show that is going on 24/7. And the place is pretty packed, too. I asked the party what they plan on doing. How are they going to find this fake Connor? Well, Gareth goes, you know what? I'm going to go and sit in the audience and see if he comes out on stage. That way, I'll be able to stop him. That's a fair point. Good job, Gareth. What are you three doing?
We're going to sign up for the talent show.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Well, I, the bard, am going to play my violin, while Auric, the fighter, is going to do some shield dancing, and Kana is going to do magic.
You're going to do magic as a talent show in a magic world?
Yeah, I could pull a rat out of my hat.
Kana has the hat of vermin, so she's able to pull out a frog, rat, or a bat 3 times each day. So they sign up for the talent show and they go backstage and they wait. And what I describe is it's a super long line and it's going to take about 2 hours for them to get to the stage. Connor rolls a perception check and immediately finds the fake Connor. She runs up to Connor and pretty much starts acting like she is his biggest fan. Fake Connor is like,
oh, well, hello. Yes, thank you. Oh, it's so good to meet you. Oh, man, I love this fiery passion that you're holding. Oh, yeah, I see the fire in your eyes.
Connor is trying to stall this fake Connor from going up on stage. She's probably like 5 people away. Dash and Auric decide, hey, let's try to stall things even longer, making sure that he doesn't get on there. Let's try to cut our way through the line and go play while Connor tries to figure out a way to get Connor out of there. Dash, being a halfling, was able to easily stealth through everyone's legs. Auric rolled a natural 1 on stealth, and so he takes 1 step and then immediately gets pushed back to the end of the line again. So the plan is kind of already falling apart, but I gotta give it to Auric, because I was doing some funny commentary lines and making fun of America's Got Talent. All right, next up, we got Susan, who's gonna sing, but her mom's dying of cancer, and then everyone erupts in cheering. So I'm making comments like that, and then I say this one. Next up is little Timmy, and Timmy's gonna sing some music, but he's blind, and everyone erupts cheering. Auric tells me, hey, I know I'm going to need to help this kid, so can I go and help this kid? Okay, how so? I go up and I turn him around.
Bro, you can't say things like that.
We were all on stupid tire energy at this point, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll allow it. So Dash and Auric make it to the front of the stage. They cut in front of everyone, and they begin to put on their performance. And everyone's being weirded out because this is not in the program. And I didn't even know there was a program before Gareth was like, I checked the program to make sure that things are right. And how did Auric and Dash get there so quick? Great improving from everyone on that point. So here's what happens. Dash takes out his violin and begins playing music that he thinks is sounding very good. He rolled a 10, so he didn't roll. So, the music's there. Auric is doing shield dancing. And to remind you, he's a fighter, okay? Doesn't have a lot in charisma. He rolls a 19, which makes it an 18. And this is the most beautiful shield dancing that anyone has ever seen. So while that is all going on, I'm asking the party, okay, this is great, but how are you going to stop Connor? Auric says, well, while I'm dancing, I want to accidentally fling my shield off stage to try to hit Connor. And then Connor says, I'm going to try to move Connor in the way of the shield so it hits him. I go, okay, great. How about we let Connor roll to see if this is going to hit, since you're the one that's maneuvering him to the shield. Auric tosses his shield off stage. Connor rolls an 8. She moves Connor, but it looks like she moved him out of the way of the shield. And so it goes flying past. And so Connor's like, thanks, Toots. Appreciate that. Now help me up on stage. It's my turn. I got a real firecracker of an act. And Connor's kind of just panics in a way and goes, okay. And she casts Fog Cloud. She's going to try to lead Connor away from the stage instead, because when you're in the fog cloud, everyone's blinded. So this fog goes out and Connor tries to lead Connor away. Unfortunately, she rolls a 6 on her deception, and Connor knows they are not going the right way because the last thing he saw was, it was a wall. It was a wall, okay? He was looking at a wall, but he knows that the stage was behind him. That's what I'm trying to say. No, it should be back here, this way. And Connor just kind of goes, okay, and follows Connor to the stage. And they are able to get to the stage because they hear the music and they see the shining ripples of Oryx's shield dancing in his armor. And so they're able to make it on stage. So now we got Dash, we have Oryx, we have Kana, and we have Connor all up on stage. I don't think Dash and Oryx know that they're there. They're just still trying to do their stuff. But they know that Kana is the one that cast the fog cloud. And Kana hears Connor say, all right, let's really light up this talent show. And Kana, being brilliant as she is, decides to do what she did in a past session. In the fog cloud, she decides to cast Gust. And the Gust creates an opening that shows Kana and Connor on stage. Why is that important? Because Gareth is still in the audience watching this talent show happen. And so Gareth realizes what's going on and he casts command on Connor. I roll for his save and he fails. So the command is going to go through. Gareth says, freeze. I have to give him that one. I have to give him that one because fake Connor, he's proficient in fire magic. And so Gareth saying freeze was just, it was just really nice. Gust stops and the fog all comes back. Gareth gets up and he runs towards the stage and jumps into the fog. This is like a fog light show happening right now because someone cast dancing lights and I don't know who, because all of a sudden the audience is hearing this bad violin music playing and Oryx has dancing lights on him, so he's being pretty much a spinning disco ball. All at the same time, there's a lot of scuffling and movement happening, and then everything stops, and the fog is lifted. And what the audience sees is 4 people. Dash doing his little finishing move with his violin. They got Oryx huffing and puffing, trying to catch his breath after dancing so great. We have Kana doing the little Will Smith thing, and we have Gareth, who is holding up fake Connor with a rope and acting like he just caught a great big fish. Connor's, okay, that sounds a little wrong. Not by the neck, around the body. Connor's still alive. And the audience? Yeah! Oh, okay. Yeah, I rolled a 3 to see how impressed the audience was. They were not. The party then gets embarrassed and walks off the stage and takes fake Connor to Sergeant Kowalski. Kowalski sees this and goes, well, wouldn't you know? Seems like there is a fake Connor. What's your proof? This is the proof! Kowalski says that they'll keep an eye on this Connor, and if they see another Connor roaming about, they'll be sure not to be too aggressive towards him, because he might pass out. The party is then rewarded 50 gold pieces from the real Connor, but it is delivered one by one from his little ant friends. So with that, the party has completed all of the main quests and all of their side quests, and they are now leveling up to level 2. And these next quests are gonna be delivered to them in the next story. Bye-bye!